Gas off already. Go ahead and undo the gas union. Getting the part nice and easy.
Do those sometimes not?
Yeah, sometimes they don't. So you end up with like 2 or 3 wrenches at the same time, grabbing onto here, here, and the union. That one came apart pretty good. Crack open the inside and get the electrical connections. Electrical connections going to be behind that transformer. Tighten it up a little bit, give me a handle.
Remember how big that was? No more inefficient heater. Oh yeah, that looks better.
It's crazy, half the size, half the weight, twice as powerful.
That's the best of all worlds.
Yeah. Little trick with these MasterTemp doors, whenever you're taking them off, a lot of people will come up from the top with a flat head and try to do this. You end up breaking the top or breaking down here. If you grab down here, lift up, drop down, it comes right off. Stuff out of the gas line. One thing, it comes in the manual. It's this little guy right here. A lot of people look past it, but it's going to be a pretty important piece when you're hooking up your gas line. It has nothing to do with the actual gas flow, but it's a blocker for rodents and pests because they will climb through the little opening that surrounds the gas line. It's about 1.25 inch hole, but you're only putting a 3/4 inch pipe through it, so it leaves a nice gap. So this is the plug for it, and then you just tighten it down to the pipe. They try to find any way, anywhere to hide. Pentair's done a wonderful job though, closing up the unit, closing up the vents, They put the metal plate up here around the exhaust vent, and then closing up the gas line also prevents them from getting in there. And when you go to do this gas line into the gas valve, I will use my channel locks to hold on to the gas valve itself to prevent it from rotating, so that you can get a proper seal on your inlet pipe. This piece on there, because after you start making your connection, you get your 90 on there, you won't be able to put that back without disassembling the rest of it. So I always try to make sure I put that on right after I do my inlet pipe. Now we'll do the sediment trap coming right out of the unit. And we do the sediment trap right out the outside of the unit, coming off of the pipe, coming directly off of it. And basically that's just for any kind of residues or buildup, stuff that gets by, the blow by in the pipe. It'll drop down into this capped line before entering the heater. Sometimes these metal threads, they don't want to grab, and you can feel them start to cross thread, and you never want to force them, because if they cross thread you won't get a good seal. engineer to put that bolt right there. I want to talk to him for a minute. That one bolt, everybody hates that bolt.
Yeah.
It holds that tab like perfectly in place, and it's like...
Pentair, we know you're going to be watching. Everybody hates that bolt. Will these wire colors pretty much be the same for anybody watching this, or will they vary maybe slightly?
So it'll vary slightly. You can have 110. 220 is going to be the most common that's coming into these. That's going to be your 2 hot power leads. So these colors will vary by what the electrician put in. So you could have black, yellow, orange, blue, red. Green will typically be your ground, and white will be a common. So if you had 110, you would be a white wire, and then a blue, black, orange, red, something of that nature. In this case, it is 220, so it doesn't matter which one we go to as far as the black and the red. It's just L1, L2. Now, if you were doing 120, that'd be a whole different setup. Then you'd have to refer to your wiring diagram right here, and this will tell you which one's going to be your common wire. So on this case, you'd have your green ground, black is going to be your hot, and it looks like L2, which would be the red wire, would be your common that you'd be hooking up to. Then you'd also have to take another step on that, though. If you're doing 110, I'll drop down this electric panel right here. And inside here, you'll see your 120 plug and a 240 plug. So it comes standard with the 240 plug in, but if you are going to wire at 120, you're going to want to remove this plug and insert this plug into there. Now, another thing, if you're doing automation with this particular unit, this is going to be what's called the fireman switch, this yellow loop wire right here. So if you are hooking up your automation, you'd bring your low voltage heater communication wires through the side of the unit, drop it through the 1/2-inch hole up here, and then you would cut this wire and connect your low voltage to each one of the terminals, and then that's how you would get your automation hookup in this unit. Alright, now we'll make our plumbing connections. We'll be in business. Customer said this is the inlet, this is the outlet. I think I kind of want to verify that. Oh yeah. Like I said though, I'd rather be safe than sorry with it, because if you plumb it wrong, then you're starting back over. With the upper pipe, generally we can line it up where it's going to be a direct shot into just the 90. So it leaves us with limited area if the top's already plumbed. So I'll always start with the bottom, which is the outlet. We identified this pipe as the inlet, so this will be our outlet pipe. Let it dry for a minute, prime it up, fire it up.
You make it look easy, Danny.
It is easy.
Yeah. Just follow you. Follow your steps.
My biggest thing is just don't be scared of it. That's what I tell people when I'm training them to install. Just don't be afraid of the product.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of what you're doing. Just do it. Anyone else can do it, why can't you?
Well, there you have it, folks, with aquapoolsupply.com and our tech Danny today. We got a new pump, we got a new heater. We're gonna fire it up. That's all we got for you.